Free money's free money, people. Hey, more oil here. That's some good fingerage right there, I tell you. Pretty much his G-string. He's fell and broke his hip. Welcome everybody to the Currus of Salvage. I am Stotty, and today we are looking at my first purchase, technically, of 2025. I present to you Skoda Octavia 1.4 TSI. You've seen the thumbnail, 0 previous owners, no faults, gearbox, clutch, engine, all fine, ECU, fine. And because it's had no previous owners, it really piqued my interest. I've probably paid over the odds for this, and I'm aiming just to break even, but if it keeps the car on the road, that's basically all I aim for in life. Tiny amount of 165,000 miles on it, maybe 160 something miles on it. But my thinking is, it's a Skoda. It's probably not even broken yet. It's got 4 Goodyear tyres on, decent brakes on it. I did pay to have the rear arms done to get through its MOT, and I'll show you why. Is because we have oil and oil, some oil up there, but definitely more oil here. Why? Because Tiggy has popped the turbo that I paid to get done. And with us purchasing the Octavia just before Christmas, it's hard to get taxis and stuff. My dad was having a lot of medical problems, and I didn't know when this was going into the garage. So therefore, I'd like to have a spare car that worked. So that's why I paid to get the rear arms done on the Octavia. However, let's have a look at the state of the Octavia. Honestly, it's a really clean car. It has a very annoying feature, and I don't know how to turn it off. I haven't looked it up yet, but that beep. When I first saw the car come up with the mileage on, I assumed that it was going to be an old boy that's owned it. And then when I got it and unlocked it and heard that beep, I went, 100%, it's an old man that's had this car. Which also makes us think it's probably been looked after somewhat. However, on screen now, I've found some old previous paperwork, and the lad who bought it was 23 at the time of buying this car, and he's owned it for 12 years prior to obviously me buying it. All I can say is, what a boring git. How can you own this for 12 years and not go, I need to upgrade? It has a huge boot in it, which isn't that dirty. I don't think this is off the car, but when I went and picked it up, this was where the car had been dropped off, and I wasn't paying too much attention, so I don't know if it was there previously, but I picked it up anyway. But we have a spare Continental tyre, which has everything there and some random crap. I mean, it's still got the sticker on from being brand new on the car itself. One of the main problems with it is dog hairs and general minginess. But radio works. It's just a bog standard radio, not flashy about it whatsoever. But honestly, it's pretty much just dirt and grime on the car. Oh, there we go. It's got 161,000 on it. Wait, 662, I'll round it up. So here we'll have the heart of the beast. The huge 1.4 engine. Look at all that space. Everything's absolutely fine. Nice place for the oil filter to be, so that'll be good for the service. But like even this is pretty much one of the only bits of damage. And it's a paint way on the bonnet. So I might get a matching paint colour and just like do the side of a brush along there. Because I think this side's a bit worse. Yeah, this side's a lot worse. So to do that and just thingy that in might be worth doing. When was the last time you saw a task disc on a car? There'll be people driving now who don't even know what that is, that have never seen it. They'll think it's some like NHS pass or parking pass or something. This is a bit special. The fact that the bonnet thingy goes on the inside I've never actually seen that before on a car. We'll also have a little bit of a hole in the carpet there, but obviously I'll be putting fresh carpets in and possibly a steering wheel cover because this looks a bit manky. But one thing the car does have is a pocket there, sorry, a lid. Unlike Tiggy, who just has an open hole, the dirty girl. I will say, how can you do 160,000 miles with no armrest? That's just mad. When me and my mate went to pick this up, he had it running, and because of the forklifts at Copart, because I literally drove down, they dropped it off, I picked this up and drove it out. Because of the trucks, I didn't even know the engine was on. I mean, yes, I'm used to big dirty diesels, but that's silent, that. Oh, and one thing before I do start cleaning or servicing this, whichever I do first. This is one of the nicest knobs I've ever held in my life. The shape of that knob is absolutely beautiful. And it is so nice to hold. I know this is the bonus clip you really want to see. So before I start attacking this in the wonderful cold, question, how many miles is too many on a car? If you're new to the channel, you might have gauged by now that I have zero cares about mileage on a car as long as it's being looked after. And because this one has no previous owners and done so many miles, to me it shows it's been looked after. Because we have cash, which is always good and nice, and we've got a lighter, and we have a not used condom. Where do you keep yours, people? Where do you keep yours? Well, the address that's on this damp envelope, I don't think is what's on the V5. So that's intriguing. Car's literally paying for itself. I mean, look at all this. This is actually like silver coinage. Whew. So that's all the win. Free money's free money, people. Anybody want to work out what it is? Let us know, because I can't, it's too cold. This might be the best booty since Shakira, I tell you. We've got a little latchy thing here to hide crap onto. We've got a thing to put an umbrella, I think, along there. But then also, you've got little hooks here to hang your shopping on. What a boot. Hips don't lie. Hips don't lie. Well, unfortunately I couldn't get all that dog hair up off the passenger side because Henry just doesn't have the suck. But this thing is absolutely genius. Hashtag not sponsored. I was got this by a fantastic friend of mine for Crimble. And look at that. It's like daylight in there. Honestly, magnetic. Whack it on there. Yeah, science says I shouldn't wash that today because it's a little bit frozen in the northeast. Tiggy's looking especially cold. I want to get this cleaned and sorted, man. So you get up early to finally take your car to get the turbo sorted again. And this is what we'll get. Look at how bloody deep this snow is. The plan was to take Tiggy to the garage. That's some good fingerage right there, I tell you. Was to take Tiggy to the garage and then clean the Octavia, which I could then insure, because I've got to go 4 hospital appointments and 2 doctor's appointments over the next 3 days for me dad. And in this weather, an all-wheel drive car would have been lovely. Hide the dirty carpet. Hide the dirty carpet. So, because we've got snow, that doesn't mean I can't clean the interior. So I'm going to give all this a lovely wipe down. With this being so chewed up and minging, I don't know if I'll use the clip, but I have cleaned this, and I cleaned it when I first got the car. But obviously the bloke who sat here, because of this wear here, he sat with his elbow there. Obviously he's a bit closer than I am. And he's held the steering wheel here non-stop. So I have purchased, if you've seen the film The Full Monty, and you know the character Horse, pretty much his G-string. So, Horse's G-string, yay or nay? Yay for not having to touch a steering wheel that's done 160,000 miles on it. But it does feel very not great. I won't lie to you. If it was just a slightly better fit, it would probably be alright. But it was £3 and the new owner can decide. I've just wiped the handbrake using this China No. 1 spray. Look at the colour of that. Trampy. So yeah, remember about 2 minutes ago in the video, probably a bit longer, when I made the premonition that I paid to get the Octavia fixed by the garage, because as soon as they wanted to take one, I needed a car. Guess what happened to me dad? Well, unfortunately, going to the doctor's yesterday, he's fell and broke his hip. Technically, I think he's fractured the top of his femur, which is really impressive thing to do, but this is me dad and he's got loads of medical issues. He's having a procedure operation done today, where they're going to put bolts in and pin the bone back together so it's not like splintered anymore. I've had to sign a waiver because there's a risk of life, especially with all of his medical conditions, but it will be good news. It will go fine. I know this because he's just such a stubborn man. He will pull through. I know he will. So as it currently stands, I still have the Octavia. I don't have a Tiggy, and that's still absolutely minging. But there's far more important things in life than cars. Well, the operation procedure has been a success. Still got to wait for reference physio and to see if that's totally took. But he's had a gamma 3 nail put into his leg, femur, hip area thing. So back to cars. I've been to 3 different places to get this washed, as in like to eat myself has been chewed on it. But all the pipes are frozen or they're off or just knackered, so I'm doing it at home. I've got my cupper at the ready. It's always fun to get the maiden spraying. Lovely that, like, look at all that dirt running off. I mean, this is how cold it is. Still bloody snow and ice here. Jesus, this is dangerous out here. Look how slippy that is. It is that cold, the soap is freezing. Wait, snowfall. I kept slipping and thinking, I shouldn't be slipping, it's not that bad. That's horrendous. So I'm quickly going to hand wash this off camera, because obviously it's a lot easier not recording, and then try to attack these wheels some. Where I've given it a quick wash, wipe down, and it's got a bit of shine to it, but because it's so wet, so cold, I can't even get the wax off properly. Yeah, probably shouldn't have washed this when it's so cold before everybody whinges at us. With this literally being a sheet of that snowy ice now, foamy ice, soapy ice, soapy ice, I don't fancy attacking these wheels. That can wait till tomorrow. Well, my plan was to try and get this service today, because it's one of the last days really, because I want to get this car sold, but as you can see, the car is a little frozen, so doing an oil change probably isn't the wisest, since oil has like a viscosity to it, and it's like honey. But I popped the bonnet. I thought, oh, I can probably just do the air filter change and pollen filter, but I moved the car forward because I thought, wait, the wheels, like the brakes, are going to be a little bit frozen moist off where obviously I washed the car. That wheel was actually frozen to the ground. That's how cold it's been. So oil change definitely isn't happening at the minute. So that's the old filter, which I said I thought this car would have been looked after. That is by far the best filter, cleanest filter we've ever pulled off a car. Yes, the fins are a little bit knackered, but in terms of like healthy condition, little grinders out there, because the wow, this one's tiny compared to that last one. Oh my, going in the wrong way. Going in the wrong way, boys. Not going to lie, that bracket screw, a bit of a pain arse to line up, but put the cover back on, and that's that done. Now the real test. How well has this car been looked after? I've took the cover off. Ooh. I probably should have done this before I hoovered the bloody car out. Come on. Definitely not the worst we've seen. Actually, definitely one of the better ones we've seen. I will say though, it's currently -4 people. And I'm digging this. What an idiot. It's like it was built for it. Reet, these bloody wheels. When I washed the car, I tried using this. As you can see, didn't really do much because it's too big. Size matters, ladies. Size matters. So I thought the next upgrade, because it's really stubborn dirt that's on the wheel, is a toothbrush. And I thought, no, I'll go to an electric doodaddy thing I bought from B&M's years ago that no longer works, but it should have the purchase to get on. And I thought, no, it's freezing. It's still -3. So instead, we're trying this. It either works and I get covered in crap, or it's crap and I've got to painstakingly do it with a toothbrush. Let's find out. So let's just see, for science sake, wheel cleaner, toothbrush. It'll work, but take forever. Other thing. I mean, either way, it's going to have to be a combination of stuff to get into the tight crevices. But, drill thing. Well, I did expect that to work a lot better than it has. Damn, we found some alloy. I mean, if you have a better way of digging this, please let us know below, because this is working, but time consuming. The only other thought, really, is to get some cutting compound and try that on it. I'm progressing. Let's see if cutting compound will do anything. Yeah, bugger. I think that's actually taking it off, you know. Oh, it definitely is. And yes, I know there'll be people going, what's the point in spending all the time doing this on them alloys? It's a bloody, very, very cheap car. It is. However, this is a learning process, people, for me. And I know that in the future, at least to some degree, I can clean and refurb alloys so they look like they haven't been totally abused. Also, don't think Colgate intended the toothbrushes to be like this, but if they want to sponsor us, you know, get into the car cleaning business, Colgate. So it's somewhat cleaner. Like most of these cars, it now looks used, not abused. And so I'll show you before and after. So it's definitely a marked improvement. Hopefully now it will just look dirty as opposed to being wrecked. But now I have to go do it to the other three wheels. Not gonna lie, like sitting down on this ice to do this, even on a princess cushion pad thing, still pretty hard, but definitely look more like alloys. So I've got to get changed now, go to the hospital, see me there, and then I'll go on to the jet wash and blast these to get rid of all like the compound that's around them. How black is that oil? How black is that oil? How long is that thread? Yum. Tell you what, it's actually really clean underneath this car. I can't really move to show you, but it is very, very clean, unlike the soil. Stop it. Stop it. Swear to God, does anybody else have that? As soon as you drain the oil, the wind blows. Change your mind, that's a stupid place to put the oil when the alternator is right beneath it. Stupid. But while that gets up in temperature after the oil change, I'm going to try to just doing this, see if I can make it look a little bit better with apparently lava blue paint. Does that look any better? Close up? No. It's kind of hard to paint when that's what they give you. But I suppose the proof is in when you put it down. How does it look? Well, I would say that's a marked improvement. Doesn't look white anymore. Well, the car's sold, and I feel like that villain of Marvel who has like half the paint on her face, Thanos' little woman thing. So I'm not sure this is a location for this part. However, that's how the field is looking in January 2025. That is way too green for this time of year. This car I won for 125 quid. However, they wanted 700. The seller wanted 700. Was settled somewhat in the middle at around 300, but then you got fees on top. Obviously, I paid for the arms. I thought or hoped I might get about £1.5 for the car. Got a bit less. Made 20% profit. Profit's profit. But it's another car kept on the road instead of somebody breaking it. And the last I bought it was a young mom with a partner. Her Nissan Juke had broke up, and she looked at the Octavia, instantly fell in love with the colour, loved the drive of it, put the radio on, and Adele, Someone Like You, was playing, and she went, "That's my song!" So she was like, "It's meant to be, I'm having it." Came back, her partner was still looking around, and he goes, "Are you having it then?" And she went, "I'm already insured on it." And it dropped her insurance by £78 a month. How many people are crashing Nissan Jukes and writing them off? That is a ridiculous. That's like 900 and just over 900 quid a year that she's saving. Basically, the Octavia is going to be free compared to her driving that Nissan Juke. That is mad. I do just want to put on some pictures here. These are the pictures that I originally seen of the Nissan. Of the Skoda Octavia. And as you can see, Coparts are a little bit clever with the angles I show you of the cars. You can get a video too for a tenner, but I don't know. I'd rather take the risk, I think, than... I don't know. I think I'd rather just take the risk. I have learned from doing this car that obviously I would attack the alloys using compound and the brush. Obviously, if they were too far gone in a car that was worth it, I'd just get them refurbed anyway. Technically, it's been a quick flip turnaround. But obviously I had to keep the car because Tiggy was getting the turbo done again over Christmas. The most awkward time to get anything done in the world. But let us know what you think about this video. Obviously it was something slightly different. It was just a car that piqued my interest. Had it have been an Octavia with that mileage and 8 previous owners, wouldn't have cared less. But the fact that it had no previous owners / one previous owner, however you want to look at it, it really, really interested us. And for me, I'd rather do something that was interesting and maybe break even than just go for pure profit. I'm not a heartless company at the end of the day. And the last I bought it, if I knew I was going to get a buyer like her for every car, I would churn cars out every single day because she was so excited to have it. Until the next video, this is me, Foxtrot Oscarin.
And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?